chairman for the board of directors, Ruparelia Foundation, is here with us. And people who are watching live on TV, you can earn yourself the bursary. Simply apply. Click on the link on your Facebook. If you are following, just click on the link and you will win yourself immediately a bursary at Victoria University. Can we appreciate once again the Ruparelia Foundation? Thank you so much, Dr. Sudhir, for having a kind heart. We also want to appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, the parents who are giving us students. And I'm aware people can apply right today at our registration table. The marketing team at the registration table, in case you are graduating in a diploma or a bachelor, you can right away apply for masters, and you also win yourself a bursary. What a wonderful university. This is the only university in the whole world that thinks and can really identify with the poor, with the rich, can really consider that we have been hit financially by the COVID pandemic. Can we appreciate Victoria University once again for putting in consideration that we've been hard hit by the COVID pandemic? Right now, I want once again to invite the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Lawrence Muganga, to come and do a great role of inviting the Chancellor to address the congregation, and the Chancellor will stay where he is. Dr. Lawrence.
Again, thank you so much, Ronald. Can we give him a round of applause as well? He's doing a great job. Thank you, sir. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir.
Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, sir. It is my privilege to invite you to address the 5th congregation of Victoria University.
I hope this is on. Okay. The proprietors of Victoria University, led by the chairman of the Ruparelia Group of Companies, Dr. and Consular Sudhir Ruparelia, seated next to me on my left. The Board of Directors of Victoria University, the chairperson and members of council of the university, the chairman and members of Senate, the commencement speaker, Mr. Tony Okoa, you just heard him, the acting vice chancellor and staff of the university, the civil and religious leaders here present, parents and guardians, the guild president and the student body, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I say good morning to you all. I know that we are not all here. Other people are on the net, listening from wherever they are. Wherever you are, good morning. I want to comment on what Mr. Okoa mentioned. First, by noting that, according to him, since we are all not yet dead, it means we are still learning. And I think I'd like to remind you that that is a very important commitment to yourself. that so long as you have not yet died, don't stop learning. It is with great pleasure that I address you for the first time as the Chancellor of Victoria University, presiding over this graduation. I thank Victoria University for the honor for me to be the University Chancellor. I have been around in higher education circles for the last 44 years since graduating from Makerere University. I've also known Victoria University as an accredited university by the National Council of Higher Education since my previous official capacity as the Executive Director of the National Council for Higher Education, where at that time and when I wrote a letter granting the proprietors of this university to relocate in 2013 from Kira Road at the foothill of Mulago Hill to Victoria Towers in downtown Kampala. Victoria University is therefore a young private university with a promise and with a unique nature of being located at downtown of Kampala City, with easy access and whose doors open directly to the streets of Kampala City. Look for any other university whose doors open directly to the streets of Kampala City. And that is a learning environment by itself, an external classroom by itself. While you are inside the university, that's Victoria University Towers building, you are in a very comfortable, clean environment. And you are sheltered from the hustle and bustle of the city. Again, where else in Uganda do you study in the university and experience the maximum impact of humanity in the city, on society and on itself, except Victoria University? It is a modern university of experiential learning with a cultivated benefit from other Ruperelia group of companies and enterprises. This experience makes Victoria University unique. This fifth graduation ceremony creates yet another landmark in the history and the growth of Victoria University since its inception in 2013. Despite disruption for a number of months due to COVID-19 pandemic, I want to thank God for keeping all of us healthy and well. The profound impact by COVID-19 pandemic has included the staying away by our international students, struggling by all of us to access remote learning, negative financial impact on the university, the reduction of in-person learning and mentoring, and groping around for better responses to this new normal in higher education. This pandemic generally disrupted the teaching in all education institutions, leaving over 15 million students in various institutions around the country sent home. But we are now gradually returning to a new normal of blended learning, and Victoria University has embraced this approach very well. The new normal now challenging universities to better at ensuring that there is access to computers and internet. That you must train the students by the staff via internet, a better regulation of teaching, learning, and examinations for both students and staff. However, we should take advantage of COVID-19 pandemic lockdown to concentrate on executing our duties. COVID-19 should not stop us. Wherever you are, do not excuse yourself because of COVID-19. There have been many other pandemics before. It should not stop us. All the parents, students, university administration, and appropriators, COVID-19 should not stop us. Graduation is a happy occasion to all, and especially the graduates and their parents. It is a harvest time, and to the parents, it is an indicator that maybe in your absence, your child will have a better chance or better chances of success in life. We all know that we don't live forever, but we must leave our children with education so that even in our absence, they have a better success in life. However, there are those of us who have ventured into higher education on their own and probably as mature persons. Graduation should enhance an opportunity for you, first, to belong to those who are in those groups. While the qualification you have attained would now act as a very significant key to open some doors towards personal success. I want you to note the word open some doors, not necessarily all doors. Victoria University has wisely made that promise in her motto, "Come prepared to learn and leave prepared to succeed." However, the onus of both learning and success is on the learner to be prepared to learn and to be prepared to succeed. In other words, it's not automatic that you learn nor will you succeed. You have to be prepared. It's like the burden of proof is on the hands of one who alleges. You came to the university, and the question is, did you learn? And now you are leaving. Are you prepared to succeed? Those are rhetoric questions. You should have answers to them by now. You signed on the admission letter accepting to come to study, and today the university, because of your proof of fulfilling the requirements to graduate, will be granting you an award with all its privileges to go and succeed. If you listen to the commencement story of Mr. Otoa, that was his story. It's nice to listen to it, take a leaf from it, that remember you have your own story. And your own story must be modified by knowledge, such as you've just heard from him. I want you to remember that an award and its certificate may be withdrawn if it was obtained fraudulently. So this certificate which you are going to get, the award you are going to get, I want to pray that you never played games, because it can be withdrawn by the university if it is proved to be the case. And usually the people who prove it that that was the case are your so-called friends, because they know that you did not get the certificate properly. I want to make some comments about Victoria University, the proprietors and the administration. It is true that you are a young university set up by benevolent proprietors who could have used their money for other pleasure pursuits. It's only Victoria University which can come and sit here as part of these properties. After all, life is short, and so why should the proprietors of Victoria University care about improving humanity through higher education? Like I said, they could have used their money for pleasure pursuits. Today is a testament to their vision and promise of a university of high potential. As a transformational education university, the government of Uganda should applaud this human development scheme by private universities and extend a supporting hand to these private universities. Victoria University is on the way to becoming a chartered university by the government of Uganda through the National Council for Higher Education. My former colleague, the Director of Finance, Mr. Muguzi, is there. Mr. Muguzi, you can stand up. That gentleman used to be my staff member, and he's from the National Council for Higher Education. And indeed, Victoria University is coming to National Council for accreditation to a chartered status. It's important to know that Victoria University follows the enhancement of human activity problem-solving skills, the so-called Anthropocene skills. And such skills include communication technology, science skills, critical thinking skills, media literacy skills, business management skills, effective teamwork, responsibility to nurture national and international agendas, including the environment. Victoria University is also COVID-19 SOPs compliant and a clean university with good infrastructure, and more infrastructure will come to be. Those of you who do not know Victoria University, you come and you'll see for yourself. Infrastructure is excellent. SOPs are followed, and it's a very comfortable environment. And I can assure you that I know all the other universities in this country. Access to higher education has been made possible through the scholarships offered to our students by the Ruparelli family, and I thank them once again for that offer. The university must, however, examine her impact on the communities especially the city communities, by listening to them, understanding their needs, working together with them to find solutions to their problems. And Mr. Vice Chancellor, my hope is that in the next graduation, future graduations, the representative of the City Council should be here. Kampala's City Council. The representative of the Lord Mayor. Because with them, we should be able to discuss and see how the university can influence the environment they are in. The university must therefore grow in this respect to include increased programs, more space, more staffing, graduate education, that's more higher degrees, financing, and increased student enrollment. Victoria University is a university of promise, with associated vast assets of the Ruparelia group of companies to produce skilled and societal transforming graduates. A comment on governance of the university. There is an improved and expanded council and senate promoting and enhancing efficiency. However, both council and senate are called upon to persevere due to heavy workloads as you build this young university. I've sat in many older universities. The frequency of council meetings are fewer, but in a young university like Victoria University, I want to call upon council and senate to persevere. You are going to be called upon for very many meetings because you have to drive the university and guide it. I also call upon the board of directors to remain supportive and encouraging to the administration of the university, especially from the chairman of Ruparelia Group of Companies, Dr. and Consular Sudhir Ruparelia. Director Rajiv is also commended for his driving enthusiasm. He's a very young man, but very enthusiastic. And as a member of council representing the board of directors, I want to hope that his enthusiasm will continue. I thank the chairman of council, the vice chairman, the chairman of senate, who's the vice chancellor, as well as the entire management for today's achievement and for running the university. There is need, however, to recruit a substantive vice chancellor, as you heard. My colleague here is a deputy vice chancellor. And more academic staff should be recruited and retained. A comment on academic staff. While I thank you for your role in molding, mentoring, and training students, our graduates today, I'm hopeful that you took your duties seriously and that the graduates will speak well of you and the university. You are the mirror of the university, the nation and the world through which they will see their own images. So the students that you produce will mirror you. The nation and the world will be seen through the students that you produce. I want to pray that you gave your students your best attention. You did not kill their drive, but awakened it in them, and also awakened the thought processes through academic freedom. Nor did you limit their drive through political ideologues. There are some universities where students' drive is affected through political ideologues. That should not be the case in Victoria University, nor in any university, at least as far as I recall as an executive director of the National Council for Higher Education. Now, the graduates, our chief guests of today, you are a brand new product of Victoria University. And as a result of your own efforts, you are a brand of Victoria University, which you must defend. I want to repeat that. You are a brand of Victoria University, which you must defend. You've had an opportunity, which I hope you did grab, and now you will be ready to launch yourself with a competitive spirit into the market. To grow with a splash and to be independent. Are you ready to grow with a good first impression? Again, these are rhetoric questions. I'm raising them to you, expecting that the answer would be yes. The expectations out there, or expectation is high until you prove it otherwise. Society will be disappointed if you display a negative image of Victoria University and yourself. But do not expect to be praised either, because you are a good product from Victoria University. It will most likely be only noted, and that will be valuable to you later, and also valuable to the university later. Give them a chance to note you. You must positively impact society. That's when you'll be noted. Be prepared, looking at the motto, which says, come prepared to learn and come prepared to succeed. And I'd like you to note the following. Number one, as a graduate of this university, which you'll be soon, to think with scenario analysis, the what if type inquiry. Whatever you see, say, what if this was done? What if this was the approach? What I call possibility thinking. Be proactive. Be ready for any challenge. You listened to Mr. Ottawa, just tell you that. I only wished, Mr. Ottawa, you had given a bit of time frames. How long it took you to be what and what and what. Because our students, our young people are mindful of time. How long were you a teen boy? How long did you stay in the UK and wash dishes? How long did you do that? How long? That is what I missed in your presentation. But I would like you to feel free and probably contact him through the internet. I hope the university will give students so that you can give them more meat as a thought process to what you just communicated to them. Possibility thinking is important. Be proactive and be ready for any challenge. Do things because you understand them and that you know your limitations so that you can overcome those limitations over time. Remember, nobody knows everything, but be ready to learn quickly and to excel. I'm not a supporter of people who think that our education system is the problem. Our problem is the work environment. People don't challenge students. They give them wrong assignments. They deteriorate very quickly because they are disused. The challenge is almost zero. In other words, if the politicians were here and the business fraternity is here, you should wake up and challenge the higher education products. After all, most of the people who are in politics and have jobs to offer and run businesses are graduates of the same institutions. So give a chance to the young people, challenge them, and only if they disappoint you would you rightly comment and write that comment to the National Council for Higher Education so that it can trickle down to universities to improve the quality that you do expect. But I can assure you, a lot of our students, when they go to a better environment, they are number one from this country. They top wherever they go. So where is the problem? Is it higher education or is it the environment? Where the unqualified are in charge, where the qualified are waiting by the doors, by the windows, and then you blame those who are qualified and laugh at them. In Uganda, they will say Abasoma. Those are the ones who went to school. But we all know that going to school makes a difference. You heard from Mr. Otoa that even after doing CHEO in the UK, he had to go back to school. He came back to Uganda, got a student visa, and went to school. I also heard him say he had never used his certificates, which I don't believe, because those certificates changed him. That education changed him. Where he is now is as a result of that education. Experience, and he made a statement that it's where you pass through that reflects you. And I wish he had mentioned that because he passed through higher education, is different. And I believe so. So Mr. Otoa, you are certainly different because of that undergraduate degree and that master's degree. Knowledge does not have to be used instantly. It can be applied, adopted, utilized at any given challenge. And that's what higher education does. Number two, I'd like you to gain experience. Although Victoria University gives you some part of it, it doesn't give you all of it. Accept an opportunity and accept guidance. Listen attentively. Take risks and try. I want you to remember that a risk is uncertainty, which is often reduced by education. If you are educated, you have reduced uncertainty. You bring closer and nearer, and you become more familiar once you have knowledge. And therefore, uncertainty, which is the definition of risk, is reduced. The more you know, the less risks you have. You also perform better, you improve, you excel. But you don't have to stay in that job forever. You should always move on. Number 3, do not think you are the only one who knows. Yet you must endeavor to stand out through being competitive as a unique individual. We are all different. Stand out as a unique individual. However, do not pretend to know it all, or even to know what you do not know, as you will be discovered and you'll regret it. You cannot lie forever. It will be discovered. There are many people in big offices who are of this type. They pretend to know. They are discovered, but nothing is done about them. And this discourages those who know, but don't have the opportunity. So it is our own environment discouraging our higher education products, not the higher education institutions. Number 4, be attractive to your employers and workmates through your own appearance and performance, so that you can enable the employers to look for you because you are presentable, you are competent, and that the advice that you give has not only relied on the past, but also looks at the present and the future. That's entrepreneurship and innovation. The future of this organization you work in, or even if it is your own organization. I want to appeal to you. First impression, appearance is important. Number 5, keep time. Again, you heard what Mr. Ottawa mentioned. Obey. Be tolerant. Be creative. And mind what I call your countenance. That which people see for the first time and are pleased with it. Pleasant ways, being an example, and showing responsibility. That is the definition of the word countenance. Your countenance. People should not forget you once they have seen you because of good countenance. And be a source of hope and make a difference. Lastly, I want to appeal to you to continuously exercise your mind, read. Again, you heard from Mr. Okoa that you'll be dead if you stop to do that. Exercise your mind, read, listen, learn, do things. Don't just talk about things. Do them. Improve your cognition. That is your ability to understand. And improve your thinking skills. Unlearn and relearn from both your seniors and juniors, as well as try to go back to school for higher qualifications at the earliest opportunity. I've noted that the age range for the graduates of today is 23 years to 49 years. And that speaks a volume or volumes for itself. If you are together in that university, you, the 23-year-old, what did you learn from the 49-year-old? You, the 49-year-old, what did you learn from the 23-year-old? in the same environment called Victoria University. May I hope that you not ignore lifelong learning, the so-called experiential learning. You don't necessarily have to go back to school to learn more. Remember, there is always a continuum of knowledge. New things come. I taught in Makerere University for some 31 years, 15 years ago. And while I was at Makerere University, we noted that there was, statistics was very, very high at that time, sponsored by WHO, UN, and FAO, and so on. Then came environment, and they all disappeared. Then came gender, it disappeared. Then came ICT, it's disappearing. Then comes biotechnology. Yeah. There is now coming Internet of Things. So knowledge is continuous. And that's why, for the administration of the university, I want to pray that you give the lecturers the opportunity to have an office, sit in it, study, read, imbibe knowledge, and be able to transmit it to your students. That is what academicians do in universities. Pay them well, and they will not linger around looking for money. They will study, they'll read, they will influence students, impact them, and students will attract more students. May I now conclude my remarks by saying that with your award, you go out of the doors of Victoria University into the streets of Kampala and the world and live as well. Please live. In other words, remain alive and as well succeed. Be good alumni of Victoria University. May I wish you best of luck and best wishes to you, to your parents, the world, and go to positively change the human activity question. If you notice in the graduation book, I wrote something there on the human activity question. Well, find out whatever you are going to do in this world is what you yourself and those before you have done in this world. There's nothing new except we are creating those problems, the so-called Anthropocene age or era. Remember to promote Victoria University as a university of first choice. In conclusion, I thank you all, and I am pleased to preside over the awards and pray that you reflect on your future and celebrate well. Come prepared to learn, live prepared to succeed. May I thank you.
Thank you so much, Chancellor Professor Opuda. Can we again appreciate him? Just in a minute, the titles are going to change our graduates, from graduates to graduates, from students to professionals. Today, I'm being assisted by Madame Annette, and I want to ask her to lead us in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronald. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor, for the wonderful speech. Another wonderful round of applause for the Chancellor. Graduates, the moment you have been waiting for is almost here. We will soon be conferred with our diplomas and bachelor's degrees. We would like to welcome you once again, our dear visitors. Thank you very much for taking time out to be a part of the family of Victoria University today on this 5th graduation ceremony. We will have some entertainment from our Sosolier music band before we can continue with the program. Thank you. Thank you, Sosolie, for such a wonderful performance. Another round of applause, please. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, our dear graduates, as you move to come before the Chancellor for the award of your diploma, please take off your academic cap and kneel before the Chancellor for the award. So without much further ado, I invite the Vice Chancellor to officiate over the program for award of diplomas. Thank you. There's been a change in program. The graduates, you'll stand and stay where you are, but you'll have to remove your academic cap for the award. Thank you very much.
I think this is the time, after so many years of endurance and resilience. So finally, we are here. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I take this opportunity to invite the deans of faculties to present the graduates in their respective faculties who have successfully completed their studies for the award of diplomas and conferment of degrees of Victoria University. May I Mr. Chancellor, begin with the Dean, Faculty of Business and Management.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. My name is Bill Anketo. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the student who has successfully completed the studies for the award of the Diploma in Banking and Finance of Victoria University, Akoko Adiambo Emily.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I congratulate you.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the students who have successfully completed the studies for the award of the Diploma in Tourism and Hospitality Management of Victoria University. Mbabazi Janet, Namgera Juliet Sherry.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I congratulate all those persons whose names have been read.
Mr. Chancellor, sir. My name is Fred Kasirie, and I'm the Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following students who have successfully completed their studies for the award of a diploma in journalism and media studies of Victoria University. Sharon Yadika, Segane Mark,
Is that all? Is that all? By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I congratulate all those persons whose names have been read.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor, sir. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following students who have successfully completed their studies for the award of a diploma in international relations and diplomatic studies of Victoria University. Alo Bulabek Alol, Mariam Hussein Mohammed, Namiyingo Patricia.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I congratulate all those persons whose names have been read.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor. I'm Dr. Kimunse Alon, the Dean, Faculty of Science and Technology. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the following student who has successfully completed the studies for the award of the Diploma in Information Technology of Victoria University. Anad Kalei.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I congratulate you.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed the studies for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration of Victoria University. Mbikamboli Idu Mikeledes, Mahil Gagada Makesh, Miss Ghana Abebi Garibriesus, Ramadan Abdallah, Shahrukh Shakut Ali, Simon Singiza Mukama, Umar Bobo Kamara.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration of Victoria University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed the studies for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Procurement and Logistics Management of Victoria University. Bira Alika Emanuela, Kavira Divine Gamuhavyaki.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Bachelor of Procurement and Logistics Management of Victoria University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir.
Damas Lillian Makundi.
I'll give you in a minute. She has to make an
She
oath
stepped
and
up.
all those things.
Oh, okay, that's
She's
it.
she's a midwife.
Midwife, okay.
Hasia Ibrahim Plagnan, can you stand? Kahambu Kapakashi. Milena Yemane Habetamariam. March Peter Jani. Nigisti Habtamariam Kidane. Samuel Habetamariam Kidane. Sarah Albert. Sama Araya Sege. Sharifa Ate Taban. Ya Anna Adam.
Those are nurses. The midwife, I think, was not around.
Can the, hold on a minute. Can the nursings, can the anthem be played now?
We are called to serve humanity, endowed with the art and science of caring. We are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable, we are the sort of hope to ailing ones, and the foundation for building a healthy world. Together we shall stand. The seas are grace, the seas are caring, and the epitome of humility and service. We especially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse. From near and far we have gathered with one goal, to uphold the good name of our profession, and for neatness and splendor, you for understanding, I for responsiveness, S for selfless service, I innovative and initiative, and for honorability, G for gentleness and love. The seas are grace, the seas are caring, and the epitome of humility and service. We especially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse.
Thank you. Lillian, can you sit? We'll come back to you, Lillian. Sit. Now, can you all light your candles? Hold your Bible on your right hand and the candle on the left. So I will take the oath and you repeat after me. I, please put your name. Say your name. Pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping, and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty, will I work with other members in the medical profession and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. I pledge myself to do all in my power to raise the standards and prestige of the practical nursing. May my life be devoted to service and to the high ideals of the nursing profession. So help me God. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed the studies for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Nursing Science of Victoria University. Hasia Ibrahim Plangnan, Kahambu Kapakashi, Minena Yemane Habtemeriam, March Peter Jani, Nigisti Habtemeriam Kidane, Samuel Habtemeriam Kidane, Sarah Albert, Samha Araya Sege, Sharifa Ate Taban, and Ya Anna Ador.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Bachelor of Nursing Science of Victoria University. And may I remind you, you have lit the candle, go and practice it.
Damas Lilian Makundi, please rise. May the nursing anthem and midwifery anthem be played again.
We are called to serve humanity, endowed with the art and sense of caring. We are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable, we are the salt of hope to ailing ones, and the foundation for building a healthy world. Together we shall stand. The seas are great, the seas are caring, and the epitome of humility and service. We especially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse. From near and far we have gathered with one goal, to uphold the unique of our profession, and for neatness and splendor, you for understanding, R for responsiveness, S for selfless service, I innovative and initiative, N for honorability, G for gentleness and love. The seas are great, the seas are caring, and the epitome of humility and service. We especially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse.
Thank you. Lillian, hold your Bible on your right hand and the candle on the left, and repeat after me as I lead you in the oath.
I, Lilian Damas Makundi,
pledge myself before God
pledge myself before God
and in the presence of this assembly
and in the presence of this assembly
to pass my life in purity
to pass my life in purity
and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain
from whatever
is deleterious and mischievous,
and will not take
or administer
any harmful drug.
I will do all in my power
I will do all in my power
to maintain and elevate
to maintain and elevate
the standard of my profession.
the standard of my profession.
And we hold in confidence
I will hold in confidence
all personal matters
all personal matters
committed to my keeping,
committed to my keeping,
and all family affairs
and all family affairs
coming to my knowledge
coming to my knowledge
in the practice of
in
my
the
calling.
practice of my calling.
With loyalty,
With loyalty,
will I work with other members in the medical profession
will I work with other members in medical profession
and devote myself
and devote myself
to the welfare of those
to the welfare of those
committed to my care.
committed to my care.
I pledge myself
I pledge myself
to do all in my power
to do all in my power
to raise the standards
to raise the standard
and prestige of the practical midwife.
and prestige of the practical
Midwife.
midwife.
May my life
May my life
be devoted
be devoted
to service
to service
and to the high ideals
and to the high ideals
of the midwifery profession.
of the midwifery profession.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the student who has completed the studies for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Midwifery Science of Victoria University, Dasmas Lillian Makundi.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon the person whose name has been read the degree of Bachelor of Midwifery Science of Victoria University. And may I add that you are responsible for adding to the population of this country and of the world. So every child born unto your care must survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor, sir. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have this honor to present to you the students who have completed the studies for the award of the degree of the Bachelor of Social Work and Social Administration of Victoria University. Atim Florence Okaileng, Pamela Mawanda.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Bachelor of Social Work and Social Administration of Victoria University. Is that correct?
Social
That was
work
social.
and
Okay.
social administration.
Social work, social administration. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor, sir. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the student who has completed their award for the degree of the Bachelor of International Relations and Diplomatic Studies of Victoria University. Akol Angela Bio Lake.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon the person whose name has been read the degree of Bachelor of International Relations and Diplomatic Studies of Victoria University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the student who has completed studies for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Public Administration and Management of Victoria University. Mariol Mathok Thokriel.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Public Administration and Management of Victoria University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed studies for the award of the degree of the Bachelor of Journalism and Media Studies of Victoria University. Benji Elsie Nina. Kasozi James Musinguzi, and Namaweje Sandra.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon the persons whose names have been read the degree of Bachelor of Journalism and Media Studies of Victoria University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I take this opportunity to come before you again to present a degree award to my students in my faculty. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the student who has completed studies for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Business Information Systems of Victoria University.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon the person whose name has been read the degree of Bachelor of Business Information Systems of Victoria University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed the studies for the award of Master of Business Administration of Victoria University. John Chol Aquin, Sewava Robert, the first of its kind, Mr. Chancellor.
They should come here.
They should come, please come at the front. Students.
One by one.
One by one. Chol first.
Come up here. Okay. You can kneel. Yes. By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon you the Master of Business Administration degree of Victoria University. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Sewava Robert.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Administration of Victoria University. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Over to the MC.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, some clarification. I didn't read the name of the student, so it's quite important for the world to know. For the word of the degree in Business Information Systems, that is from the Faculty of Science and Technology, that is Bahinda Solomon.
No. The award was already offered. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Can we congratulate our graduates, now graduates? Let's congratulate them better. And at Victoria University, you do not only pursue a degree or a diploma, then you pursue another degree of hunting for your transcript or your certificate. They already have their transcripts and certificates with them. Could you please put them up for people to know? Great, great. We are a unique university, like Dr. Lawrence Mganga has already said, we bear no one an apology. That's who we are. We are Victoria University. But remember, if you are watching, you can apply to join Victoria University by simply logging in www.vu.sc.ug and you apply right there. It's a wonderful moment, once again, ladies and gentlemen, to have the recognition of the outstanding performers. And I want to invite the academic registrar to come and award the best outstanding students, the best award for per faculty, and the overall best student graduating class 2021. Academic registrar, you are welcome.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the best overall student, who is Nakasinde Juliet. With a CGPA of 4.70. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the best performing female student. Still the same lady, Nakasinde Juliet. We are bringing her accolade, her accolades.
This is for Madame Nakasinde Juliet. You're a young person and I'm calling you Madame today because you have excelled. May I congratulate you on recognition of your outstanding academic performance and that this award is given to you as the best overall student of Victoria University on this occasion of this graduation ceremony held on the 19th of February 2021. Come prepared to learn, leave prepared to succeed, and best of luck. Congratulations. Now may I ask you to kneel down again. Madame Nakasinde Juliet. I'm not going to repeat the words, I'm just going to mention the award, the best overall female student by the names of Nakasinde Juliet, and the best graduating student of the Faculty of Business and Management, again, Nakasinde Juliet. You are an overachiever. Congratulations.
Juliet, I request that you stay behind because you have another one. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you the best students per faculty, and I'll start with the Faculty of Business and Management, and she is Nakasinde Juliet. For the Faculty of Health Sciences, The best student is Nigisti Habetemariam Kidane with a CGPA of 4.69. Kindly come forward.
Oh, she's not here. Dr. Kevin will pick it.
She has a relative around, so she is following online. She didn't manage to make it to the physical graduation. Can I kindly request the brother to come forward?
In absentia, may I present this recognition award for outstanding academic performance to Nigisti Habetemariam Kidane, being the best graduating student in the Faculty of Health Sciences. May you pass this to Nigisti Habetemariam Kidane and congratulate him.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you the best student in the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Kasozi James Musinguzi, with a CGPA of 4.24.
May I congratulate you, Mr. Kasozi James Musinguzi, for being the best student in the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, on now being recognized with this outstanding academic performance during this graduation ceremony. Congratulations and best of luck.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you the best student from the Faculty of Science and Technology, Anand Karelia, with a CGPA of 3.53.
Mr. Anand Karelia, may I present to you this recognition academic performance certificate or award for the best outstanding student, Faculty of Science and Technology, during this graduation ceremony. Congratulations and best of luck.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, we as Victoria University recognize our commencement speaker, so I request that they bring his award, Mr. Tony Okao. Thank you very much.
No, you don't have to kneel down. Mr. Tony Okao Otoa, this is a token award to you in appreciation for your inspirational speech during this graduation ceremony at Victoria University today, 19th February 2021. May I present this token to you and hope that you'll inspire more. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. As the Academic Registrar of Victoria University, I congratulate our graduates for the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. We are coming to the end of our 5th graduation ceremony. Just a few notices. Lunch will be served for each one of us. We are a generous university, Mr. Chancellor, sir. So lunch will be served to everyone. We will have a moment, a light moment out there to pose for historical photos just after the Chancellor's procession out there. So please make sure you don't miss out. We will have a cake for the graduating class, and we have a speech, a welcoming speech from the president of the alumni and the guild president. The alumni who are here for Victoria University, can we please see you and we welcome you? Thank you so much. Today, our dear graduates, now you have joined the Alumni Association, and we invite you to participate in working hard to promote, like the Chancellor said, to be good ambassadors of Victoria University. We want to thank you for the opportunity of having our talents refined as MCs of this 5th graduation. And in particular, I want to thank the Vice Chancellor and the Ceremonies Committee, the Subcommittee of Senate, for giving us an opportunity to be the MCs of the 5th graduation ceremony. We appreciate Victoria University so very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to request us to stand up. We shall pray the anthems in reverse order, starting with the Victoria University anthem, the East African anthem, and the national anthem. And even the procession, we will move in reverse with the Chancellor, the mess bearer in front, and the Chancellor, that order. Can we stand up? And the team, the Undugu, Undugu, that is their name, Undugu Family Dance Academy will lead us in the anthems in the reverse order, starting with Victoria University anthem, East African anthem, and then the national anthem.
Can you raise? That's fine now. Thank you.
When you come to Victoria University, it's a thriving environment of many cultures to share and support, to motivate one another, come prepared to learn, be prepared to succeed. Victoria University is a tower of academic excellence. Together we motivate and support. Lord God bless our Victoria. Victoria University is a tower of academic excellence. Together we motivate and support. Lord God bless our Victoria. Our vision, as you see, to nurture talent in you. Together we can change the world for the better. We will light up the nation, empowering, motivation. Come prepared to learn, be prepared to succeed. Victoria University is a tower of academic excellence. Together we motivate and support. Lord God bless our Victoria. Victoria University is the tower of academic excellence. Together we motivate and support. Lord God bless our Victoria. Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwe tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy heart, united, free for liberty, together we'll always stand.
The Chancellor will now dissolve the congregation.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation.
The students will join. Please, the students join the Chancellor's procession. The students, please join the Chancellor's procession right behind there, so that we pause for that light moment. Students, please join in the Chancellor's procession. Then we shall have even our invited guests join. A light moment with the Chairman, Board of Directors, Dr. Sudhir, with students right there. Thank you so much, Dr. Sudhir, for wonderful, wonderful support rendered. Students, you can now fall in right there. A great moment. Our dear graduates now, congratulations. We want to thank the media, NTV, NBS, for giving us the live feed. Thank you so much. All media houses represented, the radios, the print media, New Vision, Daily Monitor, Observer. Thank you so much for coming through.
thinking about everything that's happened in the past 4 years.
I think I'm really gonna miss my friends.
I'm gonna cry my eyes out on my graduation day. We've been best friends for 4 years.
Best friends since first grade.
It's just yesterday, I feel like, I was a freshman.
If I didn't have my friends, I don't know what I would do.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now 'cause you don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of the night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
Sometimes I am scared about the future.
I don't know how to say it, but
I am scared about the future.
So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Well, it'll bring me by, maybe the stockbroker man can ever find a job that won't interfere with your tan. I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Life Clinic from the BBC. My name is Millicent Akeyo, and we are here to bring you health stories that shape our day-to-day lives. Let's get started.
At around 8 weeks, I started having some spotting, and I thought it would be wise going to the hospital